Back to Persephone Says. I am so excited. This is my first time hosting a panel, and I have brought some guests, Gianluca, Carly, and Zin. So Gianluca Sardo is the president of the Glass House in New York City and a visionary leader in the global hospitality industry. With a career spanning Armani, Italy, and Spring Place, he's known for creating immersive event experiences that blend innovation, luxury, and unforgettable design. Miss Carly Katz-Hackman is partner and chief sales officer at Pinch Food Design in New York City, where she leads the creative reimagining of catering into immersive, design-driven culinary experiences. With 15 years of catering experience, she has helped shape events that delight guests, that are thoughtful, playful, and boundary-pushing for food presentation. And lastly, Zin is the founder of Le Petit Privé, a luxury event design and planning company known for its refined aesthetics and bespoke experiences. She has built a reputation for transforming celebrations into artful, unforgettable moments that blend beauty, culture, and storytelling. Welcome, you guys, to the pod. I'm so
Thank
happy
you very
to
much.
have you.
Thank you very much.
Anyone ever sound more amazing than the three of us just now?
Yeah, I know.
You're going to use for my resume.
Absolutely.
So thank you.
Well, I
that.
took it from your resume.
Okay, good. Okay, good.
So it's true. It's
The new
all
mission
true.
statement on my
I know,
Exactly.
it's like Armani.
I know. I was
Yes.
like, okay, Italy. Okay, Armani.
fancy.
Lots of
Those brands
didn't
bring
hear
me to New
Italy.
York, so in
Yeah.
particular Italy, brought
There
me to
you
New
go.
York, so I'm always pleased to remind them and spoke with them, even with Armani. I worked for him for 2 years.
You get some suits from him.
Yes,
Oh
100%.
my
yeah.
gosh.
Your closet is stacked.
Yeah, the
The
closet
perks.
still with
The
some
perks.
of them. So it was
Some.
good. It was amazing time there. So thank you for
Amazing.
introduction.
Oh my gosh, absolutely. Thank you all for coming. You know, I asked each one of you to be here because there's a lot of narratives going on in the industry, within events, within weddings, and I kind of want to have a very candid conversation. And as I keep saying, take our power back, take our voice back, because TikTok is strong. I love TikTok. Reddit is strong. I also love Reddit, but a lot of misinformation is out there. And so I figured, why not bring you all together? You all have different vantage points, different parts of the industry. And so I've got some questions for you all.
We're ready. Let's go.
Great.
So right now, the industry is saying that events seem to be down. And what is your take on that? I've heard that there's lots of hypotheses. So I would love your take on what is going on. Is that true? What are we?
I
what are we
think
thinking?
that there are certain markets definitely that are down.
Mhm.
I think that luxury is not down.
Mhm.
I think that in this current financial climate, I think that there's a lot of tightening of belts in the kind of middle range, but the luxury clientele who frankly can afford to hire Zin to host their event at the Glass House, to work with Pinch Food Design, they're not tightening their belts because they haven't felt it. If anything, they're doing better than ever. And I think that they subtly want to show people that. Do I personally agree with that? Does it give me the ick inside? Am I personally luxury? Maybe not. But I do definitely think that our clients are trying to show that they're doing just fine. So I have not felt that. I don't know about anybody else.
No. We're really busy. We're really busy, and we're blessed to be this busy. But I think that if you're in the right market, but also if you're just doing genuinely your full-hearted, passion into each project, the word spreads and people are still hosting, but they want the very best. They don't want to just settle and it's not like 5 years ago after COVID, everyone's just like, I don't care who's planning my wedding, just plan my wedding. Now it's they have the time, they have the knowledge. There is Reddit, there is TikTok, there is a lot of misinformation, but also correct information on those platforms. And I think people that are really discerning can kind of swim through it and find kind of find their people.
Totally.
Yeah, what she said. I like her answer.
Totally.
I think from a venue perspective, I don't see that. We see 20-30% more increase on requests.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
100%. Of course, you need to play a little
You're
bit more.
doing it right. Yeah.
Yes, you need to screen a
He's
little
also
bit
a
more.
client of TMS.
Yeah,
so.
because we have TMS. True story. And now we see a big
Shameless
increase.
plug.
Yeah, year over year, a big increase of requests in all markets. Of course, we are not the top wedding venue, but our clients is high profile clientele. So we have the demand. You need just to make sure you achieve their expectation. Of course, budgetary, and also it's different. When corporation is the one they pay for the events, and when family pay for events, it's all different structure. But I think I don't see this going down. I think it's going up. But you need to do a little bit more research, a little bit more screening of the clients that you want to work with, in particular planner. On wedding, we have a lot of requests from a bride and groom, sometimes even before they get engaged.
No,
so
we gotta
it's-
lock it
Someone
in.
was talking about that.
Okay, we can talk
And
about
it's
it.
Talk about that.
Okay.
It's true.
Wait,
though.
can I tell you
People
guys-
are-
I booked my
planning
venue.
weddings.
I mean, this was so long ago. I'm
How long
aging
have you been
myself. I've
married
been married
for?
11 and a half years. And I
Okay.
did book my
She got
venue.
married at 5.
You were that girl.
Yes, because I knew he was going to propose. I knew we had talked about it. I literally am
Okay.
about to write a check, and I was not. Luckily, I was not in the luxury market yet. So
Okay.
if I
There
got
was a
married
cancellation.
now,
There was a cancellation policy in there, or
it was a food truck wedding.
Imagine.
Like,
imagine.
and I
Yeah.
literally called him. I was like, I'm just confirming, like, you're not just giving me lip service. You really do love me. Like, I was 27. I was like, you want to get married, right?
Like you're 100%
And he's like-
positive.
And he's like,
because I
babe,
just put
write
down
the check.
deposit.
Like, I have
But
a
you
plan.
told him, so you weren't like 100%
But that's
crazy.
so
God, no.
romantic.
No. We knew, and I wanted the date,
Yeah.
and
Okay.
so I get it. But also,
That's
if
so
but
romantic.
this is a different market. I cannot
It is.
imagine someone reaching out to a 1,000+ person venue and booking before. That's insanity.
not booking because the booking process take a little bit longer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But seriously, come for site tour, bring the mother, the father, the dog,
That's
and
bored.
the entire family. And the entire family. So
Hamsters?
it's true, it's true.
Hamsters.
Like he said,
Yeah.
that the dogs have been weighing in
Yeah,
a lot
but
lately.
yeah,
And
when you make
everyone's
decision.
voice
No, we
matters.
love to have we love to have the entire family come over because
Do
there is
they
a lot.
paw left and right?
Yeah,
Or like,
to decide which venue with the contract on the table and
Right.
decide which
yes
venue.
or no?
I
Do
think-
they sign? Like,
I'm gonna ask the
With
team
their
to put
nose?
a
Nose
space
print?
and we'll print. It's a good idea. It's a good.
I think that what you guys offer though is so remarkable and so different in the market
Yeah.
that you have a space that no one else has.
Mhm.
So I think that is a very powerful position for you to be in. And in this market where some it's up, sometimes it's down, the up people want to invite everyone they've ever met. And like, what better to do it in a space that is so conducive to transformation? You can literally have any configuration. Like, it doesn't
weatherproof.
surprise me. Yes, it does not surprise me that you guys are
No,
booming.
we appreciate that. We can do from 200 to 1,000 people.
Exactly,
So
yeah.
we can do both type of wedding or events.
Mhm.
We had 800 people last weekend. It was very
but
nice.
it's also
Yeah.
like
Very nice.
modern and state of the art. Like, it has so many built-in amenities and like bonuses, like the lighting and things, tracks. Like for draping. I've done
Okay.
the site visit, like, but hard hat. So before it finished, and I was just so impressed by and that's what when you're niche and when you're doing something so unique and worth it.
Yes.
Yeah,
I
also-
think your
Yeah.
business is
Yeah,
going to
we can
be
compete with amazing ballrooms or
Right.
brand new
Mhm.
places that are these amazing places because it's different. Our place is modern. You need to
Yeah.
dress up a little bit if you're going to make
you have to be creative.
you're
Yes.
creative. Yeah, the creativity.
Oh, almost like a creative director over here.
Yeah.
I know. I'm like
Yeah,
designing
this
this
is why-
space.
Yeah.
Design stuff.
This is why we like to
Sometimes.
partner to designer
Yeah.
creativity people because someone just walk into the space, say, okay,
It's
what
very
I'm doing now?
confusing,
What I'm
yeah.
doing now? So
'Cause
it's big.
Yeah,
big.
it's massive.
It's a wide
could
box.
Fit like
so-
an airplane, right?
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
the
and,
little ones, not like the.
But the good things that and go back to social media help us. And we discussed yesterday offline that people come to us with a picture in our Instagram post. I want my wedding like this.
Oh my God.
Say, okay, I'm going to introduce you to X, Y, and Z that they produced that.
Hi.
Hey,
I love that.
and yeah, and
X, Y, and Z.
X, Y, and Z, and you can produce the events. We can
This is
help with the
perfect.
venue. So
Yeah.
see, and this is what we listen, we heard from clients on the wedding side.
I think, and this is a hot take, but I think the people who are seeing maybe a decline, I think that's the difference, like literally the line in the sand between luxury and not.
Yeah.
Right? Like we're calling lots of things luxury. And the reality is, especially in New York City, but frankly, in most big major cities, like $100,000 sounds crazy, but it's not.
Mm-hmm.
And so,
It's crazy the other way.
Oh.
It's like how.
well, that's what I'm saying. It's like how is that not considered luxury? Is that what you're saying too?
No, I'm
Oh.
like, how is that gonna get you a
Oh,
wedding?
no. Oh, yes,
Okay, like,
absolutely. No,
in the
there-
city. Yeah,
It's
but
tough.
it's a lot of money.
It is a lot of money for people. However, like to your point, the people who are feeling it
Mhm.
might be priced at that price point,
Mhm.
right? But those who are above that price point, significantly above that price point, like the wealthy will continue to get wealthier. And so that's my hot take on
Yeah.
it. It's like we
But I
can't all
also feel
call
like for
ourselves.
planning,
Yeah.
it's very like there is a timing,
Mm.
right? So like there was a time where this beginning of this year I was like, oh my God,
Hello?
it's really high
You're like,
2026.
hello?
Anybody here?
Mhm.
And then it just like got crazy.
Mhm.
So for planners, I feel like there is like seasons where people get engaged and
Mhm.
things like that. I think for catering,
Mhm.
because you do so many different types of events
Yeah.
and like a lot of corporate, a lot of activations, brand things, like that's
Yep,
just all
so
year
things.
round.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's really
also
never
the
not.
planning is very important
Mhm.
because, in particular for us, when I heard people say is declining this market. Okay, when you start to work for that market, so you see decline for next year because now we are working for 26 and even 27 with some clients. So you need to be prepared in advance.
Yeah.
You cannot just say today, "Oh, we are declining." Declining because you didn't maybe do the right
Bingo.
job in
Yeah.
advance and
Oh,
be
no,
you're
you
proactive.
speaking
didn't
for
sow your
Stephanie's
seeds.
language.
You didn't sow your
Like,
seeds.
yep.
Yeah, I mean, otherwise
true.
you say, oh, but you need to be proactive.
Yeah.
You cannot wait for the leads come in. You need
Yeah.
to proactively go around and find your new clients
Yeah.
and create your database.
And be aggressive because there's so much noise out there.
Yeah.
So you have to be in the right places where people are actually making decisions or actually searching for these things. And yeah, I couldn't agree more.
Sometimes you need to upset some no's. Say no's, you're too
Yes,
expensive.
that's
or-
power.
Yeah.
And it's okay.
You only have
Yeah.
4 walls and a roof.
Yeah.
You know,
And
you
one
can't.
day,
well, you have more
and
walls
one day
than
per
that, but-
day, right? So
Exactly.
One day per day.
Yeah.
So we cannot do
Yeah.
more than that. So
It's true.
if so, you need also to upset some no's, and for any reason, take it, get the feedback, and keep going, and put the feedback in your team loop, and see what you can do better next
And
time.
go with your gut. It's like when you have a red flag for a client.
Let's talk about the red flags.
Oh my goodness, the red flags. I think that sometimes you get a client and you're like, something doesn't feel right here. And every single time something has not felt right in my career and I didn't listen to that and I went with it, I regretted it.
Even for like a big fat check.
100%. Because at the end of the day, how much bandwidth did I spend on this client when I could have gotten maybe a couple smaller portions that added up to that big fat check? But that didn't absolutely drive me completely insane. And speaking about, strategizing and not just planning for today, but planning for tomorrow, if I'm using all of my bandwidth, all of my team's bandwidth, we're driving ourselves insane, running ourselves ragged. What are we sacrificing for tomorrow?
Right.
And down the pipeline. So listening to your gut, I mean, that takes time though. That takes decades of experience and it takes that confidence and like owning your power and not being afraid to say no.
And also another things you need to work is on your product because you sell your product, your professionalism. So you need to focus on that. You need to focus too much. Talking personally as our company, I don't focus too much what the other people doing. Yeah, we take a look, we check around, but we need to focus in our products because there is nobody else that can have our product because it's our product.
Yeah.
So we need just to continue to invest in our product. That is another important portion because after year over year, particularly in venue, you need to maintain the venue. You need to invest money. And, we do that. So in order to
And trust the ROI. Trust the ROI that you're spending money on this maintenance and it's going to come back to you because if you get a reputation, and I'll say this as a caterer who works in a lot of venues, once that reputation comes for like,
It's
in
difficult
Clueless,
to-
like it's like
to
a
get back.
Monet. It's like, it's nice from far away, but you get up close and it's like, that's a lot of chipped paint.
Yeah.
But no, you guys are immaculate.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you.
No, that's amazing.
No chip paint.
No chip paint up in here because we can see it. I have a question for you. So what I've heard is every year, the first quarter of the year seems to be like everyone's holding their breath waiting for those leads. Do you feel that that's an accurate statement?
First quarter for the next year.
For the
then.
following year, yeah. Mhm.
Um,
Like you get January 1 comes around 2026 and you're like, where
that's
are
not
you?
how I am.
Okay, that's good.
I mean, I feel like January is a time where we're like resetting
Mhm.
and, there's a lot of family time. There's a lot of like networking time. So
Mhm.
I do a lot of my sites and like FAMs then. So, exploring other properties and other markets and just like seeing what's out there for our clients because we do destinations. So there's just like that added amount of like that's our research time,
Right.
Right.
because it is slower. We're not like amped up yet for our spring, but we are doing, we're constantly working. So constantly.
Mhm.
But the clients are still relaxing. Like their January, they might be really busy with work. They might be really busy with like kids back at school, like whatever it may be. January can be really busy for them. So they're not really thinking about like their wedding as much. But we're constantly like just making sure we're touching base slowly as people are like defrosting from
You're setting yourself up for success as well.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So we're not, at that time, I'm not like sitting there worried about the inquiries. I feel like this year, it was around May where I was kind of like, oh my gosh, like, is 2026 happening? Like, are there weddings happening?
That
Like,
was
I had
definitely
a
coming.
few leads. I had maybe one wedding booked. And I was kind of like, okay, maybe like 2026 is going to be just like a leap year. Like,
Yep. We're just going to pretend like it didn't happen.
but then it just like all started happening.
We all need to set reminders. I need you to right now or after this on your phone, hey Siri, remind me on April 1st, 2026 that 2027 will be fine.
Yes, I'm going to send this little clip to you and like remind you, oops, on that day. And just like, it's going to be okay.
Because we do it every year.
Deep
Every
breaths.
year.
Yes.
Me and my business partner, who's also in sales, we have this drinking game. I mean, it's with water. But whenever we're in a meeting and our like finance business partner gets like worried about the year or he says the word scared or concerned, we take a drink because it's gonna be fine. I literally have it tattooed on my arm. It's gonna be fine.
It's gonna be fine.
So I actually don't allow my team to say things like that to me.
It's gonna be fine.
Oh, no.
I'm
like
worried.
scared, worried, like like I don't
What
think
about
that's
concerns?
Solutions.
Nope.
We want
Give me
solutions.
solutions. Don't tell me about you being concerned. Give me a solution because you're putting like, it's not healthy for a CEO to have like negative self-talk from other people actually, and negative voices. Like it can be real, it can be down or whatever, but like what are we doing to fix it?
I love that.
Is the way that I need things framed. Yeah. Otherwise I've become very like, it's not healthy for me. It's not good.
So here we are to tell each other 2026, it's gonna be fine.
26 is gonna be great.
It's gonna be amazing.
26 is gonna be actually a gangbusters year for us too. Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
Okay, go us.
But I do think
I'm
it's
excited.
true. Me too, actually. I do think it is about like laying down the seeds, putting down the groundwork, because what I have found from a marketing side is that there are a lot of people who have just relied on their laurels, like, oh, well, this is my name. So like, they'll find me. And this is one of the most annoying things for me in this industry, because it's like, I get it. Like there's ego involved. We're all very talented, but that doesn't mean that your ideal client knows who you are just because of the things that you have done 5 years ago.
Right.
And so I want to actually go back to fam trips, because there's a lot of rhetoric out there, I think kind of positive, where people are preferring fam trips over going to some of these larger events. So I'd love your...
I want to hear from Zin because I'm a caterer, therefore I don't get invited to fam trips. I did get invited once and I was like, why am I here? She was like, because you're really fun. I was like,
Oh, I love
thank
that.
you. That's true. But no, but these amazing properties, and I follow them obviously on social, but these amazing properties are inviting people to experience their food and beverage. So unfortunately,
I would totally invite you.
Oh my God, I love that.
I
for
would. You are
us.
fun.
Thank you.
She is super fun.
Yes.
And she brings the fashion, like
Always.
Always. And the energy.
Yes.
But I think I don't prefer one over the other.
Okay.
I do say that for FAMs, it is business related. So I do tend to say yes, where I feel like for me, the other like is for me like a splurge. I'm like, this is for myself.
Got it.
You know, like when I have to go on a fam, like it's for my clients. Like I have to go. I
love
know
that.
it's really, really hard. But I have to
life.
go to these beautiful hotels. But
I feel so bad for you. You know,
someone has to do it. I mean,
It's more difficult to plan in this type of property or in a normal ballroom event space.
you just have to think of more weather contingencies and like different. There's so, you know, you have the whole property. Typically, we do a buyout. So you have to be creative about spaces and like utilizing maybe like the lobby for something that maybe the lobby isn't normally used for, and just kind of like imagining like guest arrival and how from the very moment they even land on the plane, but even sometimes we do logistics for like the travel from their home, so we have to think about the whole process and all the interesting ways like you can really bring that unique
I think
touch.
it's more time consuming, right?
It's definitely more time consuming, but it's more fun.
More fun,
Yeah,
100%.
yeah.
Yeah,
Like you're
I understand.
imagining like I get to whisk these people away for
Yeah.
a luxurious experience that is like
Pluck them out of their reality. It's
completely,
beautiful.
yeah. Like I'm like the puppet master.
What's the average
Yes.
guest count for those type of? I'm just
It
curious.
really depends. Like I would say anywhere from 80 to like 250.
Okay.
Depending on, and you can go, you know, if it's an Indian wedding, which we don't do a lot of, but that guest count will go higher, like 350 for, yeah.
Nice.
Can I ask what your average like price per guest typically lands? The range.
I'm like starting 1,000 per person,
For their expenditure for the whole wedding.
1,500.
Yeah.
Including
I was going to say
catering.
1,000's not a lot, babe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like starting 1,500 and then it goes to like,
Insane.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. 1,500 plus, we'll say.
yeah, because it's just New York is very expensive. If you do like destination, it becomes cheaper because you're not having as many people, but then it becomes more expensive because
Per
you're
person.
kind of like doing.
It's an economy of scale as well.
Yeah.
So a 50-person wedding for me will start, and this is just the catering fees. A 50-person wedding will start at $500 to $700 per person. But then a 200-person wedding will start at like $350 to $400 a person. So it's more for larger guest counts, but the price per head is significantly higher.
Right.
Because I need a lead chef and a lead captain and a lead, design for no matter what the guest count is. So it's being spread over a lot fewer heads.
Right.
Which is something that I try my damnedest to communicate to clients, but I always depend on amazing people like Zin to help with that education.
Communicate that.
Yes,
Yeah.
because they're like, what?
Yeah, there's like a base cost, like your overhead.
Right.
To cook the food.
Yeah. And you need more staff in order to have a luxurious experience.
Yes.
Like,
And whether you have
Right.
20 people or 100 people, like I need
Sometimes
It's
larger
crazy.
events will get more expensive, no? Because there's a lot more logistics.
Yes, but we
not
do.
really?
I would say, I was working with a client yesterday for a 1,000-person corporate event, and the price per head is like $150 for a 4-hour. It's a cocktail party, but it's like a 4-hour huge food stations everywhere, full open bar. Like it's really crazy, but just because it's all the overhead is spread so thin over the guest count, it really winds up being economical.
Wow.
But
Have
for
bigger events.
right,
Yeah. There you
yes,
go.
invite more friends.
yeah.
Nice.
Oh,
Our
yeah.
business model is not based on price per
Well, I was
person.
going to ask you that.
So I cannot give you this number because it's unrealistic. We do per day. We do room rental per day, and depend on the season, depend on the month, depend on the day of the week, because our price is very variable and dynamic. We applied dynamic price starting last year using our CRM. Could be from 50K per day plus to 150 per day,
Right.
plus.
Yeah, you want a
Right.
Thursday in December, babe? You're paying for it.
Yeah, this is not the issues, but this is the situation. No?
Of
If you
course.
want Friday in August, we can make a good deal for you.
Right.
But if you want May, November, October, June, or
Forget
those Tuesday to
Septembers.
Thursday, September's,
November's.
yeah, it's not gonna. Unfortunately, you're gonna be beat by someone else that is willing to pay the rack rate. Of course, last minute deal always.
Right.
And no hard feelings. Like
No, no feeling.
we would love to have you in the space, but
Yes.
this is a business and it costs
It's
money.
demand. It's just like demand, right? And there's only so many days in November or whatever,
There's
right?
one day in one day, right?
Yeah,
Only
do you
one
want
day,
me
There's only
to
one
do you want
Sunday.
me to not
Exactly.
you want my
One
chefs to
day.
not be able to
One
feed
day.
their families because you can't afford, like, at the end of the day,
Right.
I'm sorry.
I think right now what I'm seeing is that it feels like couples are taking it as a personal attack. So because this day in November and it's a wedding, it's going to be more expensive. You need more people to staff it, right? Like, but people think that it's like they are
They're
being
trying to chip them. Because,
yes, but
like the brides are being like
right,
taken advantage of
Yes,
because it's a
oof.
wedding.
right,
But full transparency, for weddings specifically, recently we start with a kind of packages
Mm.
per person, including venue and AV and beverage.
People understand that more.
Yeah,
Yeah.
then they digest more.
Yeah.
I'm not sure they spend less
Mhm.
because if the guest count go up,
right,
when you pay for the venue fee, you pay for 10 people or for 1,000 people.
Right.
The venue fee is the same,
Right.
based on gas count. So we start with these packages. I think they're going to start to working well. But of
Mhm.
course, we put there a month ago, and
Mhm.
we're going to see for next year. We're not
Mhm.
going to see for tomorrow, right?
Right.
We already booked a couple of ones,
Yep.
so it seems like it to work.
Mhm.
We tried in the past to add also the catering in
Mhm.
the piece, but unfortunately, it's not our business. You know,
Yeah.
the caterers needs
Yeah.
to do their job.
Exactly.
They're the experts,
Mhm.
and
Catering is very tricky to package because
yeah.
everyone wants something completely different.
And every time
There-
you want to add something,
Mhm.
it's a chaos.
And to go through you, I just feel like I would be like, just talk
Yeah,
to
you've got
just talk to
enough
them.
on your
It's fine.
plate.
Yeah.
It's tricky. I think
Yeah.
that the biggest thing we come up against, I think that definitely, speaking of social media, I think that while there is misinformation out there, I think it is pro and con, where there are people that are saying, oh, just because it's a wedding. Like I remember when Caller Daddy, oh my God.
Alex Cooper.
Thank you so much.
I
When
always
Alex
talk
Cooper
about
was
her.
getting married, and she was like, it is such a fucking scam.
Yep.
And I wanted to scream.
I wanted to scream and cry because I'm like, you have way too big of a voice to be
She
saying shit
really
like
did
this.
us dirty. And it's
I
also
know.
just bullshit. If it were
Right.
true, I would be like, damn, she found us out. But it's absolute bullshit. The reason it's more expensive is because the level of care that every single person is taking is double. Therefore,
Right.
it's going to cost not even double.
Right.
But like if you say it's a celebration, then I'm going to staff it completely differently. I'm going to offer different amounts of food. I'm going to offer less custom menus. But if you tell me it's a wedding, I'm going to be like, oh, well, your mom needs an attendant. I need to make sure that there's somebody at the door. I need to make sure that every single food item being offered is significant to you and your fiance.
Yep.
Every
Yes.
single thing. And
So-
that costs money.
Absolutely.
And
Yeah.
also the events didn't start at 6 p.m. when the guests arrive. The
Right.
events start at 7 a.m. when the
Yes.
bride come to the green rooms
Oh my God.
and start all the preparation. At least I talk
Yeah,
about
Yes,
that, right?
100%.
So those weddings sometimes they get more expensive compared
Yeah.
with big
Of
corporate
course.
because they're not standardized.
Right.
It's a different in the long hours. It's
Yeah.
long hours
Yeah.
before and after. Because when the party ends at 1, we don't just turn the light off
You're
and
just
close
like,
with the
"It's
key.
fine.
Good
Get
night.
out of here.
Yeah, we have 100 people behind the scene that they need to take down. Everything was built and ending at 7, 8 a.m. the next morning. So the problem with not the problem, but the challenge
Right.
with the weddings is a very, very long timing. And you need to pay people, double. You need to have a different staffing. They need to come to take care of all the venue or whatever we have. So this is just the challenging part. This
Yeah.
is why, to your point, sometimes the pricing going up and
Yes.
up and say, oh, it's
More
possible.
people.
Sometimes we try to avoid that, and even if it's, we need to eat the cost, but the cost they're gonna cost you is someone gonna
It's
start
going
to say,
cost you.
gonna start to say something or complain about it. I think it costs more. So if you need to add an extra security guard, or if you need to
Right.
add an extra attendant, last minutes, let's do, because at the end of the day, they remember the experience of the glass house. They don't
Yeah.
know exactly what was behind the scene,
Right.
Right.
who was the
100%.
caterers, who was we work as a team. This is why it's
Right.
very important to pick the right partners when you do events, because you are one team at the end. The people don't remember others than what was behind the scene, just
Right.
what their experience was.
I think if you're a couple listening to this, the biggest takeaway is that the expectations are exponentially higher and the staffing is going to be like higher per person because he just said there's 100 people, right? That need to take this event down. And like if you just do a little math, the math needs to go up. Like this costs money. It's not a charity.
And I'm the first one at the top of a process that says, I do not want to be stressed out leading up to the event. I don't want you to be stressed out leading up to an event, meaning I don't want to be stressed out. I don't want to be fighting about money. I am here to make you happy. And if I'm not making you happy, don't hire me. If you're going to be concerned, if you want pinch for what we do, for what we have to offer, it's going to come with a price tag. And I'm going to be so transparent from the top so that no one ever feels taken advantage of. And that this is going to be fun. It's supposed to be fun. We're planning a party.
Exactly.
I mean, I think that goes back to like you get what you're paying for. Like if you're seeking out the best and you're paying for it, you already value that.
Yeah.
Right. So like I don't see a lot of what you're saying because our clients aren't going like, why do you charge that for weddings? Like, why does this cost? So some things, but I feel like they just like to say that because they're wanting to make sure that this is the real deal. Not it's almost like a conversation. Like, if you're going to buy a stock with your financial advisor or, whoever who's helping you trade or, you're making that investment, you want them to advise you that this is financially sound and this is like a really good fit for you, not a good fit for everyone.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's what we're there to do. So a lot of that education is done by us as a planner,
We're
which
so grateful.
Just want to add it. So the planner play a big role
Yes.
for the caterer, for the venue, for
Yeah.
the florist, for everybody.
And to
And
be
the
fair,
trust
sometimes there
needs to be
is a
there.
huge like differentiation in pricing. When it comes to florals, you see like some people charge like X amount and then others charge Y amount, you know, and you're kind of like, are you getting the same thing? And we're the experts that can look at their past work and say, this person might be quoting that, but they don't really know what that is.
Yeah.
They've never done that.
And the trust is a very important portion. So the
Right.
family or the clients need to trust the planner to make the choice on their behalf. Because, you know, if I present to you 2 different florists or 2 different caterers or whatever it is, you need to trust me that this is going to be fit
Right.
your
But it's
events.
also not
gonna
equal. Like if you look at glass houses and you guys are say 150 for a really lavish wedding. If you look at another like raw event space, I can't think of one off the top of my head. Do you have?
Well, another like of the same size.
Yeah.
Would be like
Yeah.
But it's
Dugal
maybe older.
greenhouse, and
Right.
it's
Maybe
an
it's older.
airplane hangar.
Yeah.
Right. Maybe it's older. Maybe it's just like more remote and it's not as like high touch as arriving like right next to the that boat thing.
Right.
The
The
boat
pier.
thing.
Both things.
The big boat thing that's
Yep.
right there. Like you're in the most beautiful part of town and there's no congestion really. Like it's a really good central
Accessible.
location, very accessible. There's great elevators, like 6 of them. There's a front door, like beautiful. You know, you have to see what you're paying for.
Every
So-
touch point has value.
Exactly. And if you're going to be wanting to spend money, you want to know that you're spending it right. So I think that's like a lot of,
Yeah.
I mean, it's unfair to say that brides are getting taken advantage of because they should have a good planner that is
Advise them.
protecting them and advising them wisely. But not everyone can afford to have a planner. So that's a different market.
Sure.
And I feel like that market, you see the pricing and you're like, this is very, very fair. And it's very reasonable. And I don't think those venues are like, you know, taking advantage, quote unquote. It really, I mean, it depends. There are not so great people out there that would, you know, but I think in general, if you're in business and you have been for 10 plus years or 5 plus years even, you have a reputation that's following you. You know that if you did some shit in the past, like that's going to bite you in the ass.
Yeah.
Because you're not going to, your face and your brand and your name really extends. And if you're not doing it right, then people will find out about it. So
in that case, Reddit, beware.
Let's talk about Reddit.
Yeah. Well, it's just like I feel like
I love Reddit for food, Rex. So
love
I don't,
Reddit in
I
gen- in
never
general.
search like myself or anything.
Well, I searched you and it's great.
Well, I think that that's because
Yeah.
you have a stellar reputation. I
Yeah.
think that you've never sacrificed your integrity. You've always been exactly who you are. To meet you is to know you. And I think that there are people in this industry that are not maybe that way. And that's going to, in the age of Reddit, in the age when every, you know, Tom, Dick, and Harry can have a voice, you're going to be found out. So basically, don't be an asshole.
So I think there's a couple things that I'm seeing. Like, don't be an asshole is
The bare
is
minimum.
like, yes, is like the threshold. But I also think that when people find out, because this is what I'm seeing a lot of, like people find out what things cost, and because they can't afford that, then they're gonna go and like
Troll.
They will troll because, and it's okay to not be able to afford everything. You shouldn't be for everybody. This is like always what I say. You should never be for everybody. But just because you can't afford it doesn't mean that it's a reflection of that designer or that planner or
I'm not
that
trolling
venue.
Hermes because I can't afford a
No,
Birkin.
it's insane. It's actually
like that's
insane.
yes. What?
Yeah. No, but that's what I'm seeing. And I think, you know, I actually love the Reddit thread, the Big Budget Brides Reddit thread is like, if
It's
you need a
fun.
couple hours to kill, go on that thread.
I've heard that it's so good and I still haven't. I need to go on it.
I think
got
you'll
stuff to
see like
do.
a variation. So you'll see some people who are saying, again, $100,000 and this is a luxury wedding and I've visited this venue and this whatever. But I'd say the majority, they're disclosing like the allocation of where their budget went based on what their planner gave to them. They're disclosing some of the challenges. They're disclosing like some frustrations. Again, I think a lot of it comes down to misinformation or a lack of education like on the upfront. So to me, it's our responsibility to be transparent about, okay, if this is what you want, it is going to cost you this. Like, this is a lot of money. but it doesn't get you very far. And so I think some of that is coming down. Like, but you were saying earlier that you actually have gotten some brides from Reddit.
From Reddit, yeah.
Yeah.
Like they've reached out.
I love that.
But this was like earlier. I don't know now if that's still, this was like post-pandemic. They were researching like high-end Asian planners.
Okay.
And they found me.
We'll have
Someone
to
like
look you up on
recommended me.
ChatGPT.
I know, right?
And I was
High-end
like,
Asian
oh,
planner.
I'm on Reddit? Yeah. I was
Yeah.
like, oh, I'm on Reddit?
Mhm.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I've
Did
been
they
told,
ask something specifically they see on Reddit or just
I think they went on Reddit and asked the question, like, can someone
is someone?
recommend?
Okay. Ah, they ask question. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the question. And then like all these
Mhm.
strangers will chime in.
Mhm.
Okay.
And some stranger
I love saying all these strangers.
Yeah, but it's cool because
Mhm.
you get like, it's like if you don't have like friends that have done that
Mhm.
already, it's hard to ask. Like a lot of
Right.
my brides might be
Mhm.
like the first one getting
Mhm.
married, or like, you know, they haven't been to a million weddings, so they really don't know,
Mhm.
or they're the first child getting married, which is
Mhm.
also like their parents have
This
never
first
done
time.
it.
Yeah.
They don't even know like what a budget looks like. They
Right.
don't know like anything
Mhm.
except that they want to have a pretty event.
Right.
And that's where I guess Reddit would be. I don't know if it's a good tool. Like I've never really gone on
Yeah.
it to find a wedding planner, but
But recently I heard a lot of other industry, no
Mhm.
event related, they start to put ads
on
in
Reddit.
Reddit.
Mhm. We're
What
gonna
do you
start
think
doing
about
that.
it?
That's
Yeah,
totally
I like it.
what you think.
Oh,
I
I
feel
love
like
it.
that's totally like disillusioning
There's
what
different-
Reddit is meant for.
Okay, so
You can
if
tell when something's an ad, though.
yes,
Oh,
but
you
if
can.
we don't think that that's not happening on Instagram or
Mhm.
TikTok
Oh,
or
for
Pinterest
sure. I mean,
or
it
everything,
says sponsored.
yes, but it looks pretty native. I mean, that's like how we can convert a lot of people, if it's super targeted. So I think if it's meaningfully done, it's fine. I mean, you know that we're gonna test that.
Yeah, I
so.
know. I don't know. I saw that a couple of days ago
Mhm.
that
Really?
people promote and say,
Mhm.
I did my ads on Reddit
Mhm.
and it gets few leads. It's
Mhm.
not event
Right.
related.
So
There's
what does
different-
that ad look like? Is it just like
It
on
looks
the
like
website?
it looks like a
It looks
post.
like
Like
a-
it looks
yeah.
like a.
Mhm.
I think for venues, I actually think that's really
I
smart.
actually think so
I think
too.
for planning and catering, it doesn't make sense. But I think for venues specifically,
Yeah, but you need to make sure
Mhm.
you have the right tools. You
Mhm.
target. You need to learn more about it. This is why
Mhm.
I asked the
Mhm.
question.
Yeah,
Maybe
yes,
offline
that's
we
why
can
you
talk
have
about.
her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I think it's an interesting new
Mhm.
way to advertise
Mhm.
because people are on Reddit, right?
Mhm.
They
Yeah.
ask every single
I
question,
ask
right?
everything
Yeah.
to
So
Reddit.
they are
true.
there. So it means maybe they're spend a lot of time on that platform that
Mhm.
we didn't think about it.
Mhm.
Maybe we just make a joke, so we just complain about it.
Right.
And maybe it's where the people are now.
I actually
I
think
don't
That's a
know.
really hot take.
yeah, I think that's a really good point. The other place that we're going to see even more like of an increase is ChatGPT. So, I mean, we're talking to our phones. I call mine Chatty. We have my husband has a name for his. Like we're talking to our phones, asking it questions all the time. It's learning you. It's personalizing information for you, and it's giving a lot of like misinformation, some accurate information, and some misinformation, and it's all has to do with SEO for AI.
mm-hmm.
So the reason why there's misinformation is like if, say, for example, you type in luxury destination wedding planner or luxury wedding venue in New York, it will pull up whoever has just done the homework on SEO, not necessarily
Right.
the best.
Mm.
Like, so it's looking for an authority and multiple touch points to verify, like, yeah, they are who they say they are. They are, in fact,
Mhm.
leading the charge. But some people are just like out skilling them essentially. So I feel like that's going to be even bigger than it is now. We're even seeing like that is starting to convert. So it's a starting point.
Brave new world out
It
there.
is a brave new world.
Now I want to ask ChatGPT about myself.
Wait, you haven't?
No, I'm scared.
Oh, girl.
I think
About
it'll say
yourself or about your company?
Yeah.
Well, it's the one and the same, isn't it?
Oh,
When you're an owner.
yeah.
No, I mean, but sometimes, when you put
Do
in
both.
personal
Okay,
name,
I'll
do
do
both,
both.
because,
Yeah.
sometimes pull your personal information or your
Mhm.
personal things. You
Mhm.
don't want to, combine
That's
the two
true.
things.
Well, now I
So,
wonder what personal information they have. Oh my God.
try after that. See if
It's
you-
Throw
actually
myself off the
yeah,
pier. Excuse me.
Yeah.
That's called a pier.
The beer.
the beer, the boat thing.
The big
Yeah.
boat thing with the vessel. No, what is that called?
Cruise ship.
No,
The
the
pier.
big
Intrepid?
yes,
Yeah.
the
Ah,
Intrepid.
I did not
Intrepid,
know.
Okay.
Yeah, I did not
The
know.
warship.
whatsoever. So I want to talk a little bit about publications too, because there's a lot of, again, rhetoric, I think mostly within our industry, as to like the level of importance on publications and are they going away? Like what's going on? So I'd love your perspective on, do you need to be advertising on these publications? Do you care about them? Do they make a difference?
Yeah, I personally don't think that we want to advertise. I think that our biggest business growth is going to depend on word of mouth
Mhm.
and just positive experiences. I don't think that our market necessarily is looking to advertisements to find their vendor, specifically for catering, because I do think it's very specific. It's very personal. I think that publications definitely carry a certain weight in terms of, wow, that's really fucking cool.
You can
But
swear on this.
I know. I was very excited about that. John
I
Lucas
didn't know
horrified.
about it, but I was just
No, he's not
Let's put,
horrified.
anyways.
let's put some beeps.
Yeah,
maybe in the-
exactly. It's okay.
But I don't think I don't necessarily know. So I'm not an authority on this. I don't necessarily know if someone who is reading these publications can necessarily afford the vendors that are in them, because I'm reading the publications and I can't afford the vendors that are in them personally. So I wonder, maybe it does increase inquiries, but does it increase bookings? So that's something that I would ask you.
Yeah. I think that we don't advertise, but I think publications really do play like a huge, it's like a vantage point, right? If you are like the SEO thing,
Yeah.
you're just being showcased and you're being highlighted. So whoever is following that account or reading that magazine or, then they see just more of what you're doing
It's adding
versus like,
cred.
right, versus like
is.
doing having planned a beautiful wedding and you don't share it on social media, then like no one really sees it. So
This is
the
if it
more
didn't
accounts
happen.
that it's shared on, you get more audiences. And is everyone your client? No. But will someone that is your client, or maybe 5 someones that is your client,
Yeah.
see it?
So for
Probably.
planners, probably for photographers, do you think for venues that it is advantageous?
Huge.
Okay, what about
Huge.
caterers?
Not so huge, because one, there's like culture, dietary, there's preferences, and maybe they don't prioritize the food.
Yeah, I think that publications don't really, I've never seen like a photo of a salad.
Yeah, and they're like, we're hiring this caterer.
I'm
Like,
seeing a
crush
lot of
this salad.
drapes. I'm seeing
Yeah.
a lot of tablescape,
Yeah.
but not
But,
necessarily
well,
food on the
Pitch does
plate.
like the big, beautiful like activations that move around during cocktail hour, which is like very photogenic.
I
We
think
did
so.
great
And
with those
videogenic.
Yes,
photos.
we did.
With the fashion and like these beautiful big pieces and like the delicious food and like you see our design. So I think, I mean, I
Okay,
don't
let's do
know.
it. So are you saying we should do an event together and then get into Vogue?
Yeah, let's
Okay.
do
Why
it.
not?
You heard it here first.
At the Glass House.
There we go.
At
Yes,
the Glass
please.
House.
I mean, I
let's
can
do
give
it.
you my personal experience
please.
here. We opened 4 years ago, so we are brand new.
Yeah.
We did that. We did a different publication. Also, we need to define what publication is, because there's a lot of different magazine that. So is that at the end of the day is visibility, right? So you need to select which market you want to be on it. You cannot be everywhere. Otherwise, it's going to cost you a fortune. But to your point, if this, you can be in Vogue, you can be on the New York Times. But if no one knows that you're there, so you need to also spend other time and effort to promote.
Yeah.
That they promote you or promote yourself, whatever you're going to call. But it's not the only way to get clients.
No.
I think it's just it's more brand awareness for our personal perspective. To be there in the specific magazine, not always, but at least a couple of times, and just to define exactly which one are working and which one are not. You can use your CRM, to track where the leads came from. You can use the UTMs and just
Google
make
Analytics.
yes, and see if that promotion was the one that tracked that. Because otherwise, you need to just guess, right? You guess this came from that, or the clients need to tell you
Yeah, the
where they
clients-
come from. But sometimes they don't
gotta
remember.
ask. If they're gonna
I
tell
saw
you, you
you
gotta
on the
ask.
New York Times. Oh yeah, we've never
Sometimes
been a New
it's-
York Times. So
Like what they say is that there's like 2 or 3 times.
Yes.
You know,
And
where
then
like
all of a
it's
sudden,
then they're
Yeah.
like, oh, okay, like this is okay. Oh, I see them again. Oh, I see Glass Houses again, or I see Pinch again, or I see like Le Petit Privé again. Like the more that they are aware of your brand and your product, and you're consistently doing the same quality of work, that is where
True.
I think the publication is not just like one time in Vogue, you're in.
right.
It's the consistency of like how you're maintaining your business, how you're treating your clients, and how your design is, how, like, are you developing and evolving as a company within that is what really is going to like those things marry
Because you
together.
also need to hear the right information at the right time.
Definitely.
If you don't have both of those things, if it's the right information at the wrong time, it means nothing. If
Forget
it's the
it.
wrong information at the, you know what I mean?
Mhm.
You would know this better than
Mhm.
anyone.
Yeah.
So it's having that consistency. You know, when you have a baby, they say sleep begets sleep. I also
Yes.
think that like work begets work.
Mhm.
Like the more weddings you do, the more visibility you have, it's just going to kind of like start that snowball.
Yeah, our marketing team is also work on articles
Mhm.
that we are mentioned for events we host here. So we have an entire page in our website with all the articles from every magazine, every place that they have the big events at the Glass House. And also during the pre-planning processes, our team is working very hard and put in the contract sometime our tag.
Yeah, of
Our
course.
Instagram tag, mention the right name of the Glass House. You know, sometimes
Yeah.
they make the name, and so I make sure that all these are in line in our contract sometimes. So and not force, but agree with the clients
Yeah.
to mention us during their press release. For example, yesterday we did events for WWD, and
It's great.
she was here, and so it was amazing. Now we have all the big names in the room, but we have an agreement with them to tag us with the proper.
Don't leave
things.
opportunity on the table. You got to
Exactly.
milk
Yes,
it.
we have
Exactly.
opportunity every
Yeah.
single day. Every single client we have here is an opportunity to enforce our brand.
Yeah.
And if you start to see Glass House or the venue or your caterers always mention or always in some articles from the most important online magazine to the less important, I think it just create more buzz and
100%, yeah.
people trust more you. But
Well,
you
it's
need to
like
do your
when I
work.
was talking about, us being a financial advisor, like advising that this is a sound deal.
Right.
The more you see like another publication, another article, another mention, another this, oh, this person worked, oh, my friend. And then on top of it all, I do like their work. Then it's like, okay, I feel comfortable.
Or I've been in that place several times for
Right.
several occasions, meaning this is the place, or is the place that everybody want to be, I think, or the
And I
caterers.
feel like the Glass
yeah.
Houses is one of those places, like every time I'm here, it looks completely
It
different.
does.
Yeah, it's
Yeah, the
wild.
more
It
you
does,
see
yes.
it, the
What is
more
this
you're like,
Yeah, and
Yeah.
she told me
whoa.
yesterday she was here for SVP, right?
Uh-huh.
And we're in the room and she was looking around. What was in the same floor?
Yeah, I was-
So we only one floor. So
Yeah, I was like, do you have one more like actual event space floor? Though I know,
Yeah.
like I know better than that, but I'm like, where was I? And he's like walking me through what was pipe and draped and where they created cool tunnels, and I'm just like, it's insane. Yeah.
I do just want to also just call, I think that sometimes with all of the obsession with publication, with social media, that sometimes the guest experience is forgotten. And that is my biggest
girl.
pain point because
Yes. Let's talk.
there are so many times when I see an absolutely gorgeous wedding
Mhm.
and I think that dinner, that one table that you see a photograph of where every table is being served at the same time. And I've seen this at like the library lately. And I'm like, I guarantee those waiters serving that one table, they're the only waiters in the entire event. And there's 250 more guests that are waiting for their food right now. I
For
think
that photo.
for that photo. And that really drives me crazy because are you having a wedding to be published? Are you having a wedding to show that you did? Or are you having a wedding to bring all of your loved ones together? And I'm not here to be like cheesy. At the end of the day, I know what we're doing. I know what business we're in. But if we aren't thinking about the guest experience, because it's not just that a wedding begets more weddings, it's that every single guest at one of my weddings is a potential client. And the amount of weddings I've planned for guests of others is huge. Same with corporate.
Right.
I've planned the VP of a huge financial firm, her daughter's wedding, because I did a small investor cocktail party for her in her company.
Right.
And I think that if we don't remember why we're doing this, which is to create amazing experiences for 200 to 500 people, then I think that we're really losing. And I think that it's really important, especially for designers, especially for like a marketing team to remember that and have it be the kind of lens through which decisions are made.
I agree. And actually, I'd love to end on that note because what I would love your final thoughts and takes on is this. There are a lot of people saying like, is this event a photo shoot? Is it like, is there a balance to that? How many content creators is everyone having? Like, what are we doing here? And I'll be the first one. I'm the problem. Like, it's me. I'm contributing to this. I like actively am contributing to this. But I do think that there's like the pendulum, I think, might have swung too far. So I would love your
Yes,
hot
I
take.
think content creator on doing events are okay. but depend on what the client's expectation are or what they want to do it. Like to her point, if you need to showcase for your friends on TikTok, then maybe they cannot be there or get them jealous. Maybe it's a good idea.
Mhm.
But if you want just to stay with your loved ones and do your best day of your life, supposed to be, just forget about that. Just to focus on the people that you invite there, and you want to spend the 3, 4, 5 hours together. And don't spend too much time to make sure the table is exactly how it is, or everybody is looking perfect with the ties on. Just enjoy and have time and don't spend. But on our venue side, it's good because they share
course.
information
Yes.
and pictures.
But let
and
the content creator come and
they're
capture
fast.
the content. Don't stage the content.
Yeah,
Capture
say.
these genuine
That's
smiles.
exactly
Yes.
what I was going to say. I was like, it depends on the content creator. And it depends on
This.
their etiquette. And they need to learn that the photographer is top.
Yes.
The most important, followed
So-
by video.
Video.
Mhm.
No, well, yeah, video and then content.
Okay.
But the content creator has to be mindful of that because
Mhm.
if they're interrupting like the portrait session, it's going to take longer. And then the groom gets tired.
Mhm.
And maybe like
The
if
bride gets
they're
drunk.
making if they're chatting up the bride for too long,
Mhm.
then the bride's hair change is taking longer. And it's like there are like be a fly on the wall, you know, get the content. Like I love that because those are moments, not only is it like for marketing, but those are the moments that like someone else didn't capture.
Mhm.
And those are memories and those are I mean, I love that. I
Mhm.
think there is a right way to do it. And I feel like content creators are amazing and they do portray like a very real perspective and like visual
Depending on the creator.
depending on the creator, of
Mhm.
course, you have to like that's also a thing. You know, you have it's how photography has style, content creators also have styles and like the way they edit, the way they put the music on and all of that.
Everything.
They're sometimes just as important. If you hire the wrong person, then you have this like ill-equipped, you know, annoying in the way, inconsiderate of all the other vendors. And that's like part of the whole team is like you really need the content creator to have great etiquette also, the wedding day etiquette.
And I think that there's a lot of pressure put on catering to then kind of like fill in those gaps that are created. There's always going to be something running late at a wedding. And I think that the kind of focus on content capture definitely has pushed those timelines to their limit. And I think that it's about making sure that, again, when the tables are being photographed, I'm here holding guests in cocktail hour, making sure that they're being fed, being watered, you know, making sure that they are feeling taken care of, because the last thing you want is people getting bored.
Right.
The last thing you want is people being like, why is this taking so long?
Yeah, no, that's literally the worst.
It's the worst. So I think that during the planning process, I'm really kind of like in the timeline with the planning team, with the couple. And it's like, if you've got this 2-hour photo shoot happening in the middle of your wedding, okay, well, what are the guests doing?
Yep.
And I try and really always be an advocate for their experience,
I
because
think like
that's
10 minutes is like great.
Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah.
Like get them.
Yeah.
Because there's no moving. There's not like it's not a baby seal. Like
Right.
the tables are set like boom, 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 boom. Get
Yeah.
it wide shot. Everyone out the room. Boom,
Yep.
boom, 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 boom. Details. While like there are people in the room.
Right.
And then like
The end.
don't fill the water
Right.
until
Oh my God, please don't fill the water.
don't fill the water
Fucking
cups.
water.
But then also, I have to fill the water.
I know. I love you. I love you. They do
The
need
guests
water.
are coming. It's hot.
Yeah.
But don't fill it.
Exactly.
I will give you that one table of empty water glasses.
Yes, to get that shot.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we could go on and on. I really appreciate everyone's time. This was so fun.
so
I'm
fun.
so
Thank you
very much.
excited. Where can everyone find you?
On our website is the most easy way to find us, theglasshouses.com, or our Instagram page, The Glass House New York City. So thank you very much for having me today.
Of course.
And it was fun.
It was so fun. And where can everyone find you, Miss?
At Pinch Food Design.
Amazing. You'll get super inspired. And
Yes,
ma'am,
please.
where can everyone find you?
At lepetitprivé.com or on our Instagram, Le Petit Privé. And yeah, we're here for everyone. We're so excited to be here, by the way. This was like too much fun.
Yes.
I know.
Oh my
I know.
gosh, love
We
you
need a
guys.
part 2.
Also, we
for
look
sure.
so
Yes.
cute
It was
together.
my
I know we did
first.
not coordinate. We did
You
not.
nailed
I
it.
know.
You nailed it.
We have
Yeah,
lots
we
of
got-
podcast virgins.
We
and
gotta
hopefully we can do
get
this
We gotta share
again.
next time.
Right?
Yeah.
Like a little silky
Yes.
shirt.
Next time, for next time.
Next time, I'm going to bring you like
You
a
look
leather
great.
jacket.
Thanks, I appreciate it.
Armani.
Awesome.
Yeah, Armani.
Exactly.
Yes.
Sponsored by Armani
Right.
and Glass House. Amazing. Well, till next time. Thank
Thank you. Thank you.
Bye.
you.